Hey everyone, and welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm very excited to be talking to you about my most anticipated film of the year, which I saw last night, La La Land. So La La Land doesn't officially come out in Australia until Boxing Day, but I got to see it early at a preview kind of screening, or early screening at the GU Film House in Glenelg, which was really cool. Really new cinema, and yeah, it was amazing. So I was really looking forward to this film because directed by Damien Chazelle, who did Whiplash a few years ago, which was fantastic. It also stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, two great actors who work really well together. They did Crazy Stupid Love and Gangster Squad, and they're both really great in those films, and so it was good to see them back together again. And although I'm not a huge musical fan, I do love a few certain musicals like Les Miserables, Sweeney Todd, Mary Poppins, some of the old classics like The Sound of Music as well, and Guys and Dolls, films like that. So there are certain musicals that I really love and look forward to, and this was one that just looked fantastic right from the get-go with the early trailers. And I was excited that it was a completely original film with all original music. It hadn't been remade or taken from a Broadway play or a book or anything crazy like that. It's just completely original. And so I had extremely high expectations for this film. I had not heard a single bad thing about this movie. There were early reviews in from all the American film festivals over the world as well, saying how amazing this movie is, and it just keeps getting better and better with the reviews. And so yeah, I was really looking forward to it. It's sitting on like an 8.9 on the IMDb at the moment, which is crazy, but it's doing really well. And pretty much what the movie's about, it's a love story between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone's characters. And Ryan Gosling plays Sebastian. He's pretty much a jazz pianist who is trying to keep jazz alive, and he wants to start his own jazz club one day, and the struggles of him getting there. And Emma Stone's character Mia is an aspiring actress who is struggling to get further than the audition stages of anything. She's mainly just going through heaps of auditions and not really getting anywhere. And so it's about the struggle that these two face trying to achieve their dreams in Los Angeles, as well as falling in love at the same time, and how difficult it is. And this movie was really amazing, especially after you give it a bit of time to just let it sink in and think about what you've seen. And the original songs are fantastic. I just can't stop listening to them on YouTube and stuff. It's like one of those films that I think you find with the best of the best musicals, you go back straight away and start listening to the songs over and over because they're in your head, and that's what I've been doing today with this soundtrack. And the whole movie also looks fantastic. The way it was shot was brilliant. I don't even understand how they did some of the shots in this film, like the opening take on the freeway or highway, whatever you call it, in Los Angeles with all the traffic backed up. And it's like one continuous tracking shot following all these characters jumping in and out of their cars, singing, riding bikes and skateboards, and it's just pretty crazy, but really cool to watch and see how they did that. I don't even understand how they would have done something like that. There's also a pool party scene that's filmed really similarly, just something really crazy that I don't understand how they did or managed to pull off, but it was fantastic. And the performances were great too. Obviously the two leads, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, worked fantastic together for the third time, and probably their best film together out of all three. It's definitely just a completely original, fantastic kind of summer film that we just don't really get much of these days, like these original, really happy, joyful kind of films that are just trying to help you to achieve your dreams while watching them. And for the most part, everything was pretty spot on in this film. The soundtrack was fantastic, all original music, as I said, but also the songs that weren't sung, just like the background music, was amazing too. And I don't think there was a whole lot of singing songs actually. Mainly at the beginning of the film there was, and at the end of the film, but it seemed like there was a few gaps in the film where there wasn't much singing or songs going on, which was a little bit disappointing for me, but it wasn't a major thing. I would have maybe just liked to see a few more songs in there. And the film does go for a good length. It's just over 2 hours long, so it's not like a hour and a half kind of short comedy film, but it was really good, and I think it kept the interest up the whole time, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm really excited to see what Damien Chazelle does next, because Whiplash was a great film, and this film I think is even better in my opinion. I know a lot of people probably prefer Whiplash still, but I preferred this film because I just thought it was that joyful, happy, kind of beautiful kind of film, and it did everything really well. And the ending was amazing too. If you watch a lot of those old school musicals like Singing in the Rain, you notice the big ending wraps up with like a 10-20 minute long montage of the main characters running through these film sets and doing different things with this massive epic song playing through the background of all the kind of like a reprise of all the previous songs. And they did something like that at the end of this film, which was really good, and it wrapped up the film in a way that you're not actually expecting it to, because it's kind of bittersweet and melancholy. It's not a really happy ending to a film, but I think what they did was pulled off well, because it's not like a depressing, sad ending either. It's kind of a bit... And so it was a very original and fun time. I really enjoyed this movie quite a lot, and I can't wait to see it again. I'm definitely going to continue listening to the music over and over until I get sick of it. But yeah, I'm going to highly recommend this film, guys. Even if you're not a fan of musicals, I think you should definitely check it out because it's just such a fun and entertaining film with great performances, great visuals, the costume design, the set decoration and set designs look fantastic. Everything just looks spot on in this film. And a lot of the time while you're watching it, you're thinking it is set in like the 1940s or 50s because it just has that kind of feel to the music and everything and the way the characters look. But then you realise, they're driving modern cars and using mobile phones and computers and things like that. So it kind of really blends the two together really well. And that's something that I think is really strong going for this film, that it's not just shouting back to the heyday of musicals, it's really blending it with an audience that today will see it as something new rather than just a rehash of something we've seen before. So guys, I'm going to highly recommend La La Land. I did have a few small issues with it. Like I said, I would have liked a few more songs and things like that, but other than that, it was a really fantastic movie. I highly enjoyed it and highly recommend it, and I'm going to give it a solid A-. So thanks guys for watching my review for La La Land. Definitely check it out if you get the opportunity to see it at an early screening or just when it comes out on Boxing Day or whenever you get to see it. Definitely see it on the big screen as well because it will impact you more and it's just fantastic to see. So thanks for watching, please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.